Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode. So today, I got me a comparison between the Razer version 1 and the Razer version 2. Now, as of this recording, Razer has not released an iOS version of their version 2 yet. So I end up with a USB-C version, which is made for like Android and stuff like that. Anyway, let's get right into it. First, let's talk about the form factor on this thing. Obviously, if you are looking at version 2, you already know that they've changed up the form factor on this thing. And if you've never seen a Razer Kishi before and you're wondering what this thing is, well, this is basically where you plug in your controller and you can play pretty much iOS games, Android games on it that support these controllers, which most of them do now. And also, most people get these is because they want to do some like cloud gaming, things like that. For instance, Google Stadia works really well in my testing. The Xbox Cloud service works really well in my testing. You just gotta have good internet connection and things like that. But these controller right here makes a great companion for those devices. So now, let's talk about the form factor here, because that's probably the biggest change that coming from version 1 versus version 2. For some of you that don't know, you have pretty much this little plastic dangle thing back here. And what that does is that it actually stretches a little bit. A lot of people have complained about this kind of design right here because it's actually kind of tricky to fold it back in. With me, I found it to be actually kind of nice. I kind of like this design where it folds in small like this, and I just throw it in my bag. I haven't had a lot of problem with this design right here, but I know a lot of people complain about how it is really hard to collapse it back in. And what I found helpful is that if you do get version 1, there's this little gray tab right here. And also on this side right here. All you have to do is kind of align it in that way and then snap the back. And it stays in place. So it takes a little bit to get used to, in my opinion. But I find it kind of nice, actually, that it folds down this small. Yeah. So. Yeah, but I know a lot of people have complained about that, and they've said that they didn't like that design at all. So that's the reason why Razer, in version 2, kind of took on the backbone design, which is pretty much like a straight bridge right here. There's no collapsing at all. This is kind of like the smallest that it'll go. You throw this in your bag. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no collapsing or anything like that. It does expand pretty far, though. Yep. So it can fit bigger phone. So it's kind of future-proof if Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra Pro that they come out, or S23 Ultra Pro, and it's bigger than what's currently available right here. I think it will be fine. It's going to fit just fine, because if you look at the Samsung right here, you can still got some more room to grow, as you can see. But yeah, this is possibly the biggest phone that Samsung has right now. And by the way, if you notice, I do have a case on here, and it does fit the case. Okay, so beside the differences in the sizing when you don't have a phone attached to it, what other differences are there? Well, the buttons. That's the second thing that I noticed about this, is that the buttons feels really different. This one right here has a little mushy feel to it. And if you can hear the clicks, it's almost like playing on a blue switch keyboard. I don't, if for you gamers, I don't know if you know that what that means or not, but you know how blue switch sounds really loud on the keyboard versus linear switch? Well, that's kind of like this right here. They've kind of changed out the switch inside of it, it sounds like. And it sounds clicky. With version 1, it feels like an actual controller. Yeah, there's no like clicky to it. They've definitely made a internal change on version 2 on the Razer Kishi for sure. But here's the other thing though. If you're not pressing these A, B, X, Y button, but you're using these button right here, they actually feel different than the actual A, B, X, Y button. Yeah. I guess these menu button right here feels different than this button too, but I feel like they've really changed it up. I'm not sure if it's a good thing yet because I really haven't had real extensive playtime with version 2 yet. But so far, all the buttons is a lot louder than version 1. That's kind of my takeaway on the whole button thing. The D-pad actually feels like the backbone to me now. It's very tight. There's not a lot of give to it. Not a lot of movement give, I would say. With version 1, it feels like, well, let's see. It feels like a PlayStation 5 controller. If you're used to like a PlayStation 5 controller here, the D-pad feels like a PlayStation 5 controller. So if you have one of those, pick it up. Give it a try. And if you are an Xbox One user, the Razer version 2 actually feels like the Xbox controller. Yeah, that's what I would say. I would say that the version 1 D-pad feels like the PlayStation 5 D-pad, while the version 2 feels like the Xbox controller D-pad. Look how loud that is on the Xbox. I mean, the Razer isn't as loud, but you can definitely hear it. So that's kind of my comparison right there. In case you guys own one of those controllers, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the D-pad definitely feels different. Let's see here. Obviously, the thumb pad change. It is quite smaller now. If you look at this, yeah, they made it a lot smaller now. Version 1 has a little groove to it where you can put your finger on there. Version 2 kind of have a little hump, in my opinion. You see that? So there's a little hump right there. Yeah. I mean, not a huge letdown or anything like that, but it feels like the backbone, if you know what I'm talking about. Next thing, button-wise, version 2 do have an extra button, which is the screenshot button. You see that right there? While version 1 does not have a screenshot button. And speaking of buttons, let's talk about that extra button that version 2 has. So version 2, if you look on the shoulder right here, you see there's an M1 and M2 button right here, really tiny right there where you can reach over. And it feels good, by the way. It still has that same clickiness to it, but there's an extra button right there. With version 1, there isn't that extra button on the shoulder or anywhere else, actually. Yeah. So they did add some extra buttons on here to version 2. You can probably customize that and all that good stuff. They pretty much kept the ports the same. I mean, you got yourself, you know, pass-through charging right here, pass-through charging on the version 2 right there. So no difference there at all. So next, let's talk about inserts. Version 1 has these inserts that you can remove right here. So let's say if you were to have, like, let's say a smaller phone, this one right here is a good insert for my iPhone 13 Pro Max. But let's say if you have a smaller phone that doesn't need that big of an insert, you can actually swap it out, things like that right there. Snap that in, and yeah, and you can use your, you know, iPhone SE or anything like that. Now, if I try to fit an iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is huge, right? If I try to fit that in here, as you can see, it's not going to fit at all. So there are inserts for bigger phones and smaller phones if you need to. Same thing with the Razer Kishi version 2 over here. You can take the inserts out. It is a little bit more finicky because you kind of have to dig your finger really into here and remove it, and then you just snap these things on. But I find them very useful, very useful. The reason why I have the slimmer insert, if you look at this right here, there's literally like, it's just flat right here. On this one right here, it has a little camera bump to it. And so if you have a smaller phone, you can use these inserts. And so I think it'll work with your small phone and your big phones just fine. Again, this phone I have right here is one of the biggest one that I have, and also I put a case on it and it still works in this phone, in this device right here. So it works just fine. So I don't think from a device, wise, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So speaking of sizes and inserts and things like that, obviously I told you it's gonna fit your big phone, but check this out, okay? I have this thing fully expanded. If I were to pull this out and expand both of them, you can see that the sizing is pretty much the same. If I were to expand both of these, yeah, it's gonna fit your big phone just fine, I think. I mean, I don't think you're gonna find a phone that won't fit these. So yeah, I think that's just fine right there. It just depends on how you feel about when it actually collapses in, and this one doesn't collapse at all. Preference right there. Okay, so now with all that being said, my first impression on this, my opinion, is that I'm not too sure about the new design that looks like the backbone. I mean, I like it, but at the same time, I really like version 1, the way it's collapsed in like this. So that's just my take on it. With Razer Kishi 1 versus the backbone, I've done the video on this before where I compared it to. I feel like the Razer Kishi 1 controller feels better whenever you play something like Call of Duty on iOS, because there's just a lot more movement to the joystick. With the backbone and also Razer Kishi version 2 here, there's just not enough thumb movement in my opinion, and so it's very sensitive whenever you're playing something like FPS. So really sensitive, I would say, because the thumb is so small on this thing. I mean, there's not a lot of movement to it, compared to, let's say, version 1. There's plenty of movement. And so the way I explain it in my backbone versus Razer Kishi comparison video is that I would say kind of like your mouse. You know how when you have really high DPI on your mouse and you try to turn and you literally like whip the gun, you're not getting enough accuracy out of your first-person shooter games. So that's kind of my take on the whole first-person shooter. So if you do play first-person shooter like I do on these devices, I think the Razer Kishi 1 to me will still win on this one right here, just because there's just not enough movement to me on Razer Kishi version 2. Yeah, I do feel like the buttons feels a lot more solid. It feels more like a gaming controller now. So, I mean, it's clicky, just like my Blue Switch keyboards. And I do appreciate them adding extra buttons on here. Like the M2, I think this is a great placement for this extra button right here. I have had some of these M1, M2 buttons where it's kind of like down here at the bottom, which I'm not too sure about, to be honest with you. So I do like I do like this button placement right here, where you can probably customize to whatever button that you want. So yeah, so guys, that's kind of my take on the Razer Kishi version 1 versus version 2 right there. When they do release an iOS version for Razer Kishi version 2, I will take a look at that, and I'll actually do a full comparison on the iOS version of version 2 versus version 1 right here.